Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're diving into a really popular and pretty powerful method for learning English, the 1,000 sentence method. We're going to explore the core philosophy that has helped tons of students on their way to fluency. Right out of the gate, the method starts with this huge, ambitious promise. We're going to build fluency by repeating over 1,000 sentences. It's a massive, clear goal that really sets the stage for everything that follows. So you have to ask, right? Is this just about grinding through a huge number of sentences? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. We're going to dig way deeper than just the number and really try to uncover the principles behind this teaching philosophy. It's all about making a fundamental shift in how you approach the language. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with that main promise. Then we'll look at the number one rule you have to follow, how repetition works as the engine of the method, the mindset you need to have, and finally, the real ultimate goal of this whole system. Okay, let's jump right in. What's the big idea behind practicing 1,000 sentences? What's that all about? So that number, 1,000, it's not just some random number pulled out of thin air. It represents a real commitment to high-volume, continuous speaking. It's about creating momentum. The whole goal is to build that muscle memory and the confidence you need for a real spontaneous conversation. You want to turn that practice into instinct. Now, for this entire system to actually work, the instructor lays down one simple but totally crucial rule right at the very beginning. And he gets straight to the heart of the matter. He points out what he sees as the number one cause of errors for so many language learners, just speaking impulsively. This is the exact problem that the whole method is designed to fix. And see, this is the key insight. This is not just about speaking more. It's about fundamentally changing how you speak. The very first step of the method is to break that bad habit of talking without thinking, and you replace it with a new, disciplined process. You pause, you think, and then you speak. Okay, so if think first is the foundation, what's the engine that actually drives this whole system forward? Well, you guessed it. It's the power of repetition. But how does it actually work here? The core practice itself is actually a super simple three-step loop. First, you listen to a specific sentence pattern. Then, you repeat it out loud. And by doing that over and over, you start to internalize the grammatical structure itself, not just the individual words. Let's see how this actually works in practice. The instructor introduces a simple, really adaptable sentence pattern. In this case, it's a command followed by a condition. Help others if you can. Think of it like a foundational building block. Then, boom, he immediately gives another example using that exact same structure. Go there if you can. You see, the repetition isn't random. It's a deliberate drill designed to hammer home the pattern and show you how different parts can be swapped in and out. And this, right here, this is the real goal. By repeating these different versions, you're not just memorizing 3 phrases. No way. You're internalizing the entire command, plus, if you can, structure. And that's what empowers you to create countless new sentences all on your own. It's about learning the system, not just the words. But here's where things get really, really interesting. This method is about so much more than just grammar and vocabulary. The instructor takes this fascinating turn and dives into the psychology of learning, basically arguing that your mindset is a critical part of the whole process. So, right in the middle of all these sentence drills, he'll suddenly introduce a concept like self-centeredness. He defines it, he talks about it, and he encourages you to think about others. This broadens the whole lesson from just practicing English to reflecting on your own character. And the entire lesson is just infused with this kind of life advice. The instructor is arguing that qualities like honesty, planning, and emotional control are absolutely foundational to your success. The core idea is that a disciplined mind is just better at learning a disciplined process, like a new language. A strong mindset, he suggests, is every bit as important as the practice itself. All right, let's get to the final piece of this puzzle. The instructor uses translation all throughout the lesson, but as he eventually reveals, this is just a temporary tool. There's a much bigger goal in mind. And he's totally transparent about his strategy. He says, look, translation is a tool I'm using to build your initial confidence and help you get over that fear of speaking. It's a bridge, but it's not the destination. And this just perfectly illustrates his two-stage strategy. Stage 1 uses translation kind of like a scaffold or training wheels to build up your confidence and just get you talking. But the ultimate goal, stage 2, is to remove that scaffold completely. The idea is to enable you to think and speak directly in English, and that's when you achieve real fluency. So, the 1,000 sentence method is clearly way more than just a numbers game. It's a complete system that actually prioritizes confidence over perfection, especially in those early stages. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. When it comes to learning a new skill, could this focus on building confidence first be the real key to unlocking your own potential?